Hi, I'm Gary Morgenstein, and I'm delighted that Wormhole Riders has invited me to discuss my new critically acclaimed sci-fi dystopian novel, A Mound Over Hell, which has just been released in hardcover by BHC Press. They've asked us to answer 5 questions, so here you go, by the magic of video embedded the website. Thank goodness for it, right? Asked, how were you inspired to create this world? My wife and I were having a Sunday breakfast of everything bagels with the schmear while listening to the Beatles when the idea of America losing World War III and a society run by someone named Grandma with baseball facing its final season popped into my head. I know what exactly was on that bagel. In the novel, I blend 3 of my loves: baseball, science fiction, and dystopia into a rarely done genre. Then I blow up our concept of America, like making baseball revile for representing the old failed empire. Here in 2098, what if social media was banned under the Anti-Narcissism Act and you had to have real relationships? What if integrity replaced our criminal justice system and lawyers were outlawed under the anti-parasite laws? What if all acts of patriotism was illegal? World building is tricky because you have to follow your own rules even if it complicates your right of life. One of my characters, a single woman, gets pregnant. In a world where the family is preeminent, single mothers wouldn't be allowed to keep children. And in a world where the children are revered after 4 million died in World War III, abortion would be illegal. I think one of the most jarring experiences in dystopian science fiction is when the author ignores the laws they created because they're looking for an easy way out. Now, how did my personal life experiences in these times contribute to my construction of this fantasy? Science fiction writers live in the world of what if. For America to have lost a world war to Russia would have been boring, too much like the Cold War, ditto for losing to the Chinese. But Islam, that struggle is anchored in the present time. The clash of cultures is deep and dark. As with all sci-fi, you walk the tightrope between fictionalizing and predicting. Now obviously I'm taking the current clash between Islam and Western civilization to a nightmarish possibility. We sci-fi writers are all about that, aren't we? I go beyond any contemporary politics or isms, political ideologies, and offer something very different. Readers can accuse me of siding with the right or the left, but truly I wanted to build a post-democracy world to challenge readers' views in these polarized times. What if we do something unique? Then I create ordinary people caught up in these extraordinary events, forced to heroic or maybe not so heroic behavior. At the end of the day, it's all about your characters. Now, who's my favorite character? And as we know very often in novels, it's not necessarily the protagonist. In this case, it's my second lead, Zelda Jones. She's a late 30s African-American woman, slightly chubby, tough and self-deprecating, whose life is a train wreck. Zelda's failed as an artist, theater performer, and then as a teacher. Not liking children was a problem. Zelda's always had romance issues with men and women. In this world, there's no distinction between gay and straight. All that matters is if you love someone. If there's a way to screw up a situation, Zelda will find it, do it, say the wrong thing, drink too much beer, eat too many donuts, insult the boss. She doesn't suffer fools, has a big heart, and regrets the trouble it's caused her. And she sure does get into trouble while providing a ground view of this America on the cusp of the 22nd century. I adore her. How do I hope to impact your readers? Well, through our mental illness known as creativity, writers, like all other beings on this planet, want to touch someone. We want to move them, make them think, perhaps rethink, refeel. One of the underlying themes of all my work is faith and a spirituality, non-religious, a belief in ourselves. In these terrifying times, writers need to be positive and honest. As dystopian writers, we present a future that might be scarier than even this and show how humanity will get through it. My characters live in the brutal aftermath of a world war, yet they still want to love and eat and drink and hope the family is well, whether in the family of America or the caliphates of the Islamic Empire. Not much different from today. My plans for the future, other than keeping calm and practicing yoga, I'm focusing on establishing a normalcy within the new normalcy by writing away. With A Fastball for Freedom, Book 2 of the Dark Depth series, scheduled for publication in 2021 from BHC Press, I'm busy on Book 3. Besides novels, I'm also a playwright. My funny drama about racial harmony, A Black and White Cookie, will premiere post-crisis at New York's Theater for the New City. I'm also looking at alternative ways to deliver theater in these social distancing times. Novels are easy. It's just me and you, reader. There's something exquisitely magical about that experience, reaching out to a perfect stranger who invites me and my world into theirs. Finding ways to connect to strangers is so critical now. Maybe keep calm and read more should be the new slogan. Thank you very much.